Paige Turner is having an epic level of writer's block, and perhaps you can help her come up with her next story. Hey everyone, I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited here in beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I want to talk to you about Paperback Adventures. This is a follow-up of sorts to Paperback, one of, in my opinion, the greatest deck-building word games of all time. Paperback is a game that can play cooperatively or competitively. It's a deck-building game, so you are buying letters to add to your deck, and then you're going to make words. Each letter has some special abilities that trigger if you play a word using them. Paperback Adventures takes that and turns it into a solitaire, though there are rules for two-player, roguelike experience. You're trying to move through defeating 6 bosses, powering up your deck as you go along, getting cool special items, and the theming is phenomenal. I've always loved the world that has been created in Paperback with the character of Paige Turner, and this is super genre bending. The idea is that Paige is having a bit of writer's block, so you're going to be bringing in rom-com elements and sci-fi elements and fantasy and all sorts of things. You can see here the core box is one of the things you need just to play the game. It comes with all the elements for the evil bad guys, the bosses you're going to be fighting. It's got these great trays. You'll throw the boss in there, and then it's got these metal tracking markers to track hit points and other things like that. But the main part of the game is with a character box. So you have the main box, and then you'll pick a character. I've happened to play with the damsel and with Ex Machina. There's also a pirate named Plothook that I'm trying to get to the table at some point. But they all play very differently. The damsel is very offensively motivated. Ex Machina is very defensively motivated. Obviously, the damsel includes more fantasy elements. Ex Machina more sci-fi elements. But all of this stuff gets blended together. You're going to make your deck, you're going to have a starter deck with some cards in it, and the real fascinating thing about the game is it's not just about knowing words. It's not just about, okay, well, what's the longest word I can make with my deck? The cards generally have attacks on one side of the card, defense on the other side of the card. So when you make a word, you have to decide whether you're splaying that word to the left or to the right, because do you want it to be more offensively focused or defensively focused? Now that's one thing, that's one decision you have to make. But unlike in the original Paperback, where all of your cards kind of trigger their special abilities, in this one, the only letter that triggers its special ability is the letter that is either the first or the last letter of the word. And whether you're splaying that left or right determines whether the first letter or the last letter is going to be the one that triggers its special ability. So tactically, you're looking at the board and you're going, okay, what I want to do, I want to go heavy offense this time. I want to splay it this direction. And I want to end on this letter R because it's going to give me this cool special ability. So, with the cards in my hand, can I make a word that ends in R with these letters? Additionally, you might have some other things. Some of your special abilities might proc when you use all the cards in your hand, or if you use very few cards in your hand. So, there's a lot of things to think about. You're not just trying, you're trying to decide, okay, what do I need to do in this moment? Can I come up with a word that does that? And if I can't, maybe I need to pivot, come up with a different idea of what I want to do. I've had a blast with it. It's a little bit tricky in your first play. The rule book, you don't fully grok what's going on, but once I started my second play of the game, I fell in love with it. That is Paperback Adventures. Again, you're going to need the core box, and you're going to need at least one of the character boxes, but I guarantee once you've played one, you're going to want to come back and pick up all of them. So come on down to Games Unlimited if you're in the Pittsburgh area. Ask us about Paperback Adventures. Several of us have played it. Take a look at it. If you're not, we definitely ship out. We'd love to ship a copy to you. We do free shipping at $100. So either way, pick up a copy, unbox some fun. I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited.